subscribe.
And to day one of part one. Now, in this first 10 days, we're going to look at how you can change your relationship with sleep, how you can find a new approach to sleep. And this particular exercise isn't designed to send you to sleep. That's really important. Most of the science, most of the research has shown that when we're using mindfulness specifically to change our sleeping patterns, to improve the rest that we get at night, it's actually more effective if we do it during the day, ahead of time. It seems to change the thinking process throughout the day so that when we do go to bed at night, we find it easier to drop off. So that's the first thing to say. Don't worry or don't expect to actually fall asleep during this exercise. It's fine if you do, but that's not the intention. Now, the idea of this exercise, as I say, is to change the relationship to sleep, the way that we think about sleep so that it doesn't become such an issue. So over the next 10 days or so, we're going to start to develop this skill, and we'll build on that in parts 2 and part 3, sort of changing the technique as we go. Now, this first 10 days is very much based on you already having done the Headspace Foundation. So some of this will feel familiar, but some of it will feel a little new, and I'll obviously talk you through that process. Right now, though, all you need to do is to get yourself comfortable. Make sure you're in a place where you're not going to be disturbed. And just set yourself up in the usual way. Eyes open, nice soft focus. And when you're ready, you can just begin with some nice big deep breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And with the next out breath, just gently closing the eyes, allowing the breath to return to its natural rhythm as you just settle down into the chair or on the floor, just starting to become more aware of the different physical sensations and even the different sounds as well as you just settle in to the space around you. So just bringing the attention back to the body now. Just starting at the top of the head, just gently scanning down in the usual way. Not trying to change anything, but just becoming more aware how the body's feeling, what feels comfortable, what feels uncomfortable, as you just scan down towards the toes. So as you scan down towards the toes, just starting to notice the rhythm of the breath. As always, not trying to change it, but just noticing these long or short, deep or shallow breaths. And although our focus in this exercise isn't going to be on the breath itself, just an awareness of that movement of breath in the background. And I'd just like you to shift your attention now to the top of the head. And in a very similar way as we did just now, I'd like you to slowly begin to scan down through the body. And we're going to do it this time in a little bit more detail, a slightly slower speed. And as you scan down through the body, just starting to notice how the body feels. We're not thinking about the feeling, we're simply being present with the feeling. You may find areas that feel quite tight and uncomfortable. You might find areas that feel very relaxed. Not trying to change anything. Just starting to notice how the body feels as we bring the body and mind together in this way. Just continuing down through the body in that way. So each time the mind wanders off, just realizing it's wandered and gently coming back to that physical sensation as you continue to scan down through the body. So as you move down towards the waist, the halfway point, again, don't worry if the mind's wandered off, that's perfectly normal. As soon as you realize it's wandered, just gently bringing the attention back again as you continue down towards the feet. With a genuine open and curious interest in how the body feels. And just remembering that thoughts about the exercise no different from any other thoughts. As soon as you realize the mind's thinking, just acknowledging it and gently coming back to those physical sensations. And as you come down towards the toes now, momentarily just letting go of that focus on the body. In fact, just allowing the mind to be completely free. Just let it do whatever it wants to do. And now just gently bringing the attention back to the body. Once again, back to the feeling of the weight of the body, contact, the body on the chair, the feet on the floor. Just starting to notice the sounds around. And in your own time, you can just gently open the eyes again, not rushing to get up, just taking a moment to enjoy that feeling. And as you sit there, regardless of the experience, you may well be wondering what any of this has to do with getting to sleep at night. And that will become more obvious as we go through the different days. Not only the relationship between the technique and sleep, sort of the function of that, if you like, but also the practical advice. So as we go through these next 10, 20, and then 30 days, I'll start to give you some really useful advice that can help create the most conducive environment possible. So not only are you training the mind internally, but you'll also be creating an environment externally which allows you to fall asleep more easily and to get a good night's rest. But I'll leave it there for now today, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for day 2. Subscribe.